William Hurt, Holly Hunter, and Albert Brooks are making Broadcast News. Premieres Wednesday, March 1st on Cinemax.
The following movie has been rated PG by the Motion Picture Association of America. Parental guidance is suggested. More movies, more choice, next on Cinemax. The coroner's getting quite a workout because beautiful bodies are biting the mat in aerobicide. Next. More movies, more choice. That's the name of the game this month on Cinemax. Moving house is hard to do, but Richard Pryor is boosting morale.
Operation Idaho.
We're going to start a new life in this town called Boise!
Plus, he's checked out the new neighborhood.
That's the neighbor from hell.
Now he's just got to deal with the moving company.
Ah!
Relocation at its wildest in the Cinemax exclusive premiere, Moving. Then,
All I want is a little respect.
a hitman hires a writer to tell his story,
Am I coming off lovable?
and he's making it up as he goes along.
No more killing.
Brian Dennehy, James Woods, bestseller, a Cinemax exclusive premiere. Elaine Boozler is waiting for love.
He said he was going to call me this weekend.
Meanwhile, she's turning into a cockroach. Oh, well, never mind.
It's New York City. No one will notice.
The Cinemax Comedy Experiment presents Elaine Boozler, The Call. From the Heart beats with the fever of love as Jack Nicholson, Shirley MacLaine, and Deborah Winger team up for Terms of Endearment, while Robert Redford beats out the competition in The Natural. Then, an actor who builds his characters from deep within himself,
That's right, I do.
who's willing to take risks.
I guess you got a couple of moves left in me.
Cinemax celebrates his achievement with a festival of powerhouse movies starring Paul Newman. Meet interesting people.
They're animals.
Have exciting adventures.
Running out of body bags.
There's only one way to describe the movies at the drive-in. From the classic collection, Cinemax brings you Gary Cooper.
Man's life ain't worth a hill of beans except he lives up to his own conscience.
Plus Clark Gable tangling with Sophia Loren, wooing Carol Baker, and seducing Professor Doris Day in Teacher's Pet.
How do you feel about sex?
Well, I'm all for it, but
On Cinemania, it's party time!
We're gonna make you feel young again.
With strong acting, revealing moments, and certifiably manic scenes.
I like it. He's a really nice fish.
And coming in March, William Hurt and Holly Hunter in Broadcast News.
What a feeling having you inside my head.
It was an unusual place to be.
Plus an historic gathering, Cinemax Sessions, The Legends of Rock and Roll. Meanwhile, don't miss Terms of Endearment on February 11th. The Cinemax exclusive premiere of Moving on the 17th. And also on the 17th, Elaine Boozler, The Call. Cinemax in February. More movies, more choice.
How sweet it is.
And action.
Okay, places and roll, please.
Cookie cul-de-sac.
Another day at the Burbs.
In his first role since the success of Punchline and Big, Tom Hanks stars in The Burbs,
as family man Ray Peterson, who's having second thoughts about life in the suburbs.
Hey, honey, I think we should move.
Supposedly the suburbs are this place where you have the modern-day version of the log cabin in the woods. You know, you have your house and you have your land and you stay there, and it's a great place to retire to. It's a great place to raise a family. That's what the suburbs are supposed to be, but in fact, in the last 20 years or so, the suburbs have become this place where anything can happen.
Now, listen to next door neighbors. What is their name again? The Klopeks?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a Slavic name?
Carrie Fisher plays Carol, Ray's wife.
They've been here a month. Think they're going to do something about their yard?
Ray!
Rick Dukeman is next-door neighbor Art.
Ray, come here.
You have these neighbors that no one knows what they're up to, and no one knows where they come from, and no one knows what they're really doing inside there. We do know something is going on inside the house.
What is it?
What the Klopeks do is still a mystery to us all.
It's my neighbor.
It's room for suspicion. Now, they could be, you know, anything from insomniacs who are lazy, or, you know, suburban psycho killers who have a, you know, a death factory in their basements.
Why don't you go say hi?
Well, yeah, I guess I could. You could go say hi to him, too.
Yeah, but he's your neighbor.
Well, no, he's your neighbor as well.
No, but I'm over. You share a property line with him. He's
Yeah,
your,
but
like...
we're all on the same block, so, I mean, you could go, too. So.
No, it's... Oh, we're all in the same town, too, but you're right next to him.
What? Let's go say hello.
While filming The Burbs, Hanks found that the story covered familiar territory.
I lived in neighborhoods not unlike this. There's always some weird, strange person in the neighborhood, you know? You know, that don't come out of their house, or... It's like the neighbor who yells at you if the ball goes on their lawn, you know? And like oh, geez, the ball went on their lawn. And you always come up with some name for him, you know? Oh, the ball went on Sarge's lawn again. The ball went on Hitler's lawn again. And then you got to run over and grab it and get it back, and, you know, then they yell at you, because all the time, it happens. Every neighborhood has that.
Yeah, I'll go in with you. Sure, right. Okay, no problem. Let's go.
With an offbeat story that calls for dark comedy with an extra biting edge, director Joe Dante, of Inner Space and Gremlins fame, took his place behind the camera and looked forward to the opportunity of working with Hanks on The Burbs.
Tom, of course, is, you know, without trying, is just a great comic actor. And not that he doesn't try, mind you, but I mean, he just has this effortless quality about him. He's actually very diligent about it, but he has his comic sense of what is going to work and what isn't, I think, is really unparalleled.
Carol!
My description of it has been sort of it's a psychodrama comedy. You know, hopefully they've all done our jobs well enough, so this movie will be funny enough to be a comedy. At the same time, bizarre enough to be some other kind of movie.
Ray, this is Walter.
Hi, this is Jerry Lee Lewis inviting you to catch the legends of rock and roll. And there'll be a whole lot of shaking going on, so stick around here on Cinemax.
Don't miss Cinemax Sessions, The Legends of Rock and Roll. Premieres March 3rd.
He's tough. He's sensitive. He's on Cinemax all this month.
That should make for very snappy pillow talk.
He's the guy who's done it all. Burt Reynolds.
Well, I've been knocked down, blown up, lied to, shot at. I'm not a virgin except in my heart.
What are you looking at?
Nothing.
Nothing much surprises me anymore except what people do to each other.
Now let's you just drop them facts.
I was National Gold Dwarf champion 3 years in a row.
Merry Christmas.
And I'm fluent in 4 languages. Blah-de-blah.
Switching channels. Rent-A-Cop. Deliverance. Heat. And...
Yes!
the end.
It's gonna be fun!
5 tasty helpings of vintage Burt Reynolds.
God.
Don't interrupt me, I'm not through.
There's more.
Yeah, I lied.
Starring this month on Cinemax. More movies, more choice.
Nice legs.
Welcome to L.A.
guy for counterfeit.
To Live and Die in L.A.
The author is a cop.
Stay back! There's a police emergency!
The subject is an assassin.
I want you to write another book. It's about me and the man I work for.
But getting this book published could be murderous.
Can't let this one get by you, Dennis. Bestseller.
All right, what have you got that you think is worth telling?
I'm talking about David Madlock, Kappa International.
We're a very big business, Mr. Mitchell.
I removed the liability, and I provided some of the assets.
Together, they're working on the story of their lives.
Cop. Killer. Two sides of the same coin.
No, I don't have anything in common with you.
You like him, don't you?
Yeah.
And you're going to arrest him.
I want a copy of the manuscript.
No more killings.
Why don't you just be a good cop and leave the killing to me?
He's here, isn't he?
Surprise.
Read all about it in my book.
James Woods, Brian Dennehy.
Needs an ending.
Bestseller. Saturday on Cinemax.
Let the record show that Miss Riley with the Public Defender's Office will represent Mr. Anderson.
Who is it? I said who is it? What you're asking me to do is absolutely illegal.
But if he's innocent, I don't want that on my conscience.
If I find any evidence of collusion, I'll have you disbarred and charged with jury tampering.
Sheriff Dennis Quaid, Suspect. Sunday.
Drive in Saturday night. Just one of the ways Cinemax brings you more movies, more choice.